Hello, everyone. Really over them? Really?
I had to do something.
Of course you did. Anyways, greetings, everybody. I'm the Crosser here, joined by Overum, a good friend of mine, and today we're going to be discussing RWBY, Volume 7, Episode 1. It just got released to us last week, and it's being released to the public tomorrow, as of this recording. So we thought we would sit down here and discuss our thoughts, theories, and possibilities with this new season. So, to start off, we're going to talk animation. What were your thoughts on the animation of this new episode?
Well, what I can tell is that the animation's definitely a lot more smooth.
Okay.
I can tell that right off the bat. And plus, the background animation seems a little bit more in-depth, where you can actually see a little bit more details of characters moving.
Yeah,
like
you can
when
definitely
you go to
tell
the
the
city,
animators
it looks more like a Gotham kind of vibe going on, but you can see everything going on in the background, when beforehand, you could mainly only just see what's right in front of you. You can't see far in the back.
Yeah, no, it does have a major Gotham feel for Mantle, and honestly, that's that threw me off for so long, because I remember seeing the sneak peek that they showed off at one of the conventions, and I was thinking that, it would be, just like a basic city, like they were actually in Atlas, but no, we were below Atlas in Mantle, and it was just, okay, guess this is New York, everybody.
God.
But yes, it is so much cleaner. The backgrounds for everything was perfect. It was so, like, even though it was like almost pitch black dark, excuse me, even though it was like pitch black dark, you could see everything very clearly. It had another feel to me though. What was the movie? Alita Battle Angel. That was the feel I was getting for this episode. Have you seen that movie?
I haven't seen that movie, but I've seen the trailers of it, and I can definitely tell the vibe from it.
Yeah, that's what it felt like to me. Was they were pulling a lot of vibes from Alita Battle Angel, in the sense that, we're in a ruined city, people are trying to get up to this heaven in the sky, and there's robots everywhere.
All I gotta say about this security system for the goddamn city, it sucks.
Yeah, somebody needs to update from Apple to Samsung.
I don't know what to say to that.
Just, yeah, no, don't worry about it. It is bad. So, moving from the animation, actually, no, we should keep going with the animation, because there's like a lot to talk about with the animation, like the fight scenes, the just, the basic movements of people. And
the thing I actually did notice about the characters that I did not notice before, there's actually a shine to the hair this time. Instead of just being a normal thick color, there's actually a shine to it.
Yeah, because in previous seasons, we've gotten it was just the basic blank slate flat
basic color.
Now it looks a little bit more pop outish, a little bit more 3D, with the fact that, we've got a little shine on. I think I may have noticed it a little bit in season 6, was it?
It was very, very little amount.
It was very little amount. And given how this is now being animated in, what was it, Unreal Engine or something like that? Ever since Volume 4, they've been doing it in Unreal Engine, and the animation, especially for the fight scenes, like, it's gotten so much cleaner.
It's getting better.
Like, after, the whole debacle between Volumes 3 and 4, the fight scenes were a little meh and iffy. We were getting better come 5, and then 6 was alright. But for this, just watching this first episode, it was, oh my gosh, it was phenomenal. Whoever's doing the animation for the fight scenes, congratulations, you done diddly did it. It was amazing. Thank you for that.
Nothing's actually floating in the air during the fight scenes. It's all gravity.
You might want to do a double check on that.
Weiss's semblance.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair.
Talking about actual.
Right, yeah, because in previous seasons we have noticed a few glitches here and there with the animations of the fight scenes. Either something would be out of place, or someone's weapon would be just coming out of nowhere or something, and it would just be this, you look at it and you go, freeze frame, hold up, wait a minute, what is that? And then, sometimes people would overanalyze that, but yeah, we've moved on from that, hopefully. Because, as you said, there was nothing really out of place with this. There was, everything was like, set in place. Nothing was floating around or anything like that, except for the moments where they were supposed to be. That's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that was animation. Let's move on from that. Dialogue. Let's move on to dialogue and the voice acting. What did you think?
The voice acting sounds good.
Okay.
I just gotta get used to the Crow's new voice actor.
Yeah, that's something I've gotta get used to too. I like the guy that they got for him. The guy who voices Mordecai in Borderlands. I know he's done some other works. I just don't know what they are. But that's where I know him from Borderlands, and you can tell he's certainly trying. He is definitely trying to give that Crow vibe, and I'm gonna give him a chance. I really am. I'm gonna really give him a chance because I can tell he is trying. Yeah, that's all we can do. It's not Vic. You can tell it's not Vic, but
the voice isn't as deep or as crackly to like the drunken standard that we're used to.
Yeah, no. And there were some moments that, his voice did crack a little bit, but, as I said, I'm giving him a chance. He's doing a good job. He really is. It's just, we're not used to it yet. I'm sure with time, we'll come to love it. But for now, let's just, see where this goes.
But he's probably still trying to get the voice down perfect, like how the fans are used to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's extremely hard to do.
Oh, yeah, no. Vic's voice was very iconic for Crow, and it's very hard to replicate that. Fans have tried, and I've seen so many fan dub comics of everything. The closest I've seen to come, what was it? There's a channel out there that has a voice actor where they did some RWBY comic dubs, and it was really close, but not exact. And I can't remember the channel right now. I'll probably put the link in the description somewhere. So. For me, the dialogue was great. Other than that, everybody's, voicing was on key, it was on point. You could tell that with some of these characters that they've really grown with them and they've really, grown to know them. Especially with, RWBY, Yang, Weiss, and Blake. Even
showing
though
more emotion than what they used to.
Oh yeah,
you can
definitely.
actually feel it a lot more than when you first started out.
Oh yeah, and seeing Penny back, major spoilers. I probably should have put a warning at the front.
Yes, you probably should have.
Yep, no. I'll just add that in the front somewhere. But yeah, no, like Penny's back, and the actor for her has been away for a while, but you can tell that she's been really getting in key with her character because there's no difference. There really isn't.
Just say, actually, Austin, there is a major difference.
Yeah, what's up?
She's basically better built, and she has a ton more emotion.
Remind me to bleep
and
that
I
out.
mean, a load.
Yeah, remind me to bleep out your cursing here.
I had to just say, because that was just a major change. I'm not used to her with that much emotion.
The character herself, yes, has gotten through some major upgrades, and I appreciate that. We get to see her in a new light. It's a new model. It's a new body. It's, all this new stuff. But
it actually seems more human.
Yeah, but the core is still Penny from when we lost her. It's still that same energy and same vibe.
Is, dude.
Yeah, exactly. What I'm trying to get at, Overum, is that, I lost my train of thought. What I'm trying to get at is that it's the same Penny from right before we lost her. So energetic, so over the top, so, even the introduction that we got, or the reintroduction, I should say, between her and RWBY was just, oh my gosh. Yep, this is definitely Penny. and that's not bad.
Okay, what Penny did to Crosser, sorry.
Nah,
all I'm going to say for when Penny was introduced and she was going to give RWBY a hug, that's called a RWBY tackle, because in usually all the fanfics or comics, RWBY's running and tackling the person.
This is true.
With her semblance at high speed.
Oh yeah, no, this is definitely true. Penny has definitely taken some of that
I'm just going to name it the
energy.
RWBY tackle.
Yeah, no, it has been dubbed the tackle the RWBY. It's tackle the RWBY now. Um,
Dear.
so we're gonna move away from dialogue now.
Ruby, use
because-
tackle.
Actually, no, wait. I'm gonna stick here for a second because we've been introduced to what was it? Some new characters now, actually. What was it? The Ace Ops, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. We got introduced to the Ace Ops team, and those guys. I don't know how I feel about them. I don't know how I feel about them just yet. I'm gonna give them the chance and hope to God that they are gonna become nice, likable people. But apart from that, though, they seem like really cool dudes, and they seem like the kind of team that you want on the ground, ready for action.
There's one thing I've noticed about them.
What's
they
that?
ignore everyone else except for Atlas personnel.
That is their only downfall at this moment.
If random civilians are trying to talk to them and tell them where stuff is important, they just leave it be. They probably just ignore it, is what it seems.
And then
Crow is a licensed huntsman, and they blatantly ignored him.
you're not wrong. Not wrong there, Overham. You don't want. I'm gonna open me another cold one with the boys.
Opened one literally 5 minutes ago.
Shut up. I drink fast. And then we were introduced to the professor character. Was it? What was his name?
That's technically Penny's father.
Yeah. We're just gonna call him that because they didn't really give him a name in the episode, did they?
Oh, they did. I just forgot it already.
Fair point. But yeah, no, that guy, that guy over there in the corner with the robotic chair and the spider legs. That guy's something else. Like, he's supposedly Atlas's greatest mind, next to Ironwood. And I like his character, I really do. He's this funny, old, forgetful old man. The kind of guy that you
flirtatious.
Yeah, the kind of guy that you'd look at and go, "That's my grandpa." But
He's definitely flirtatious with Maria.
Yeah, no, those two definitely have a history. It was said in the episode that every 10 years she goes to him to readjust and recalibrate her eyes. And actually, we'll get to that in a bit. Never mind. So moving forward from the dialogue and the new characters that we got introduced to, let's talk about more of the background stuff that we got to see throughout the episode, as everything was kind of just being played out. But
one thing I noticed for me,
yeah,
is when the little drone was going past the kids were trying to knock the drone down.
Yeah, something about those drones nobody likes. So far.
Also, if you looked in the background for the screens, you could see election happening, and
Yeah.
it's Ironwood and then somebody else.
Yeah, no, there's definitely an election for mayor currently happening, and it's Ironwood versus a new character. We don't know who this new character is yet. I'm pretty sure I know who voices her. I'm not going to say anything just yet because I could be wrong, and so the other things that I noticed in the background when we were first being introduced to what was his name, the professor dude, there was a faunus coming out of it all happy and giddy, and the first time I watched through it, I didn't really understand why, and then the second time I watched through it, I finally noticed she has a bionic arm. And I was like, yo, wait a minute, what? That's dope, man!
It doesn't discriminate.
No, the old man does not discriminate whatsoever, so more power to him. Oh my gosh. But that was one
Cross
of the...
your fingers that he actually survives.
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely hope he survives. That was one of the darker themes of this episode, when you watch it through it a
How many
couple of
robotic
times.
body parts?
Well, not just how many robotic body parts, but if you notice in one of the scenes, there's a truck driving past everybody, and they show off, like, faunus coming out of the mines, all covered in coal.
The Schnee minefields.
Exactly. You look at
You could
that.
see the pain in Weiss's face when she saw that.
Not just Weiss's, but Blake's, and it's just
And they
like...
looked at each other right afterwards.
Exactly. Like, you look at something like that and you go, what the hell, man? That is abuse of your people. That is abuse of your
Yeah, and
country.
to be honest, you could definitely see the character growth from Weiss from when she first started, from hating faunus kind of like thing, going to where she is now.
Oh yeah, you could definitely tell when she threw that guy in the dumpster.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, no. Weiss and Blake have definitely they've both definitely come a very long way from where we started. Blake's no longer that much shut in, and Weiss is no longer this uptight, needy girl who was just rich and famous. Now she is
She
an
seems fun to
uptight,
be
needy
around.
girl who is no longer rich and famous, but also, you know, has a moral code and respects her friends and her friends' people.
And also will throw you in a dumpster if you diss them.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you diss any of her people, and you end up in the trash where you belong.
Yes.
Take notes.
Oh, basically where you're going, Crosser.
Oh, shut up. I still got a bar to run, thank you. I just gotta find a way to keep
Then why is
danger
there
out
trash
of it.
everywhere in here?
Blame Danger, not me.
I get rid of it?
I'll get rid of it later. Now, so moving around, away from the background stuff, what did we think of the new intro?
The new intro, I feel like that we should save that for another time.
What do you
Mainly focus on episode 1. Intro is going to be like a different thing though.
okay, so you want to save the new intro for a little bit later? Okay,
Because I want to focus the intro because that's going to be a lot more speculation to what the season is.
okay. So
Compared to what
do you want to
episode
save
1
that for like
is.
last or something like that?
Yes, or we can save it for a full different video where we can go more in depth and go.
Oh no, I definitely want to talk about
it.
it in this video because, you know, it's the whole new season and, you know, it's a whole new episode, so I just want to get that done and over
I'm
with
going
out
to
of the
say
way.
for the intro then
Mhm.
is music fantastic and how they actually played out the scenes for the intro fits it way too well for what they're going for.
Oh yeah, no, certainly. It had a little Teen Titans vibe, not the new Teen Titans Go.
Old
yeah.
one.
No,
2003.
the old one, the 2003 version, which, you know, was actually really good. It made me feel like, you know, they were kind of pulling some energy from that. But they were also, as you watch the entire intro, it's got a serious anime vibe to it as well, which is really nice. I love that they're going for that, because it's like, yes, embrace what you are. Japan, take
That means
notes.
Super Saiyan time.
Oh, yeah. So let's, you know, put a pin in that for now. And new outfits from what we've seen. What do we think of the new outfits?
Like they definitely fit for the aesthetic that they're going towards, since it's more of a military kind of place that they're going to. They have to be like a military kind of theme going.
Right. Well, it's not just military. They're also in a tundra, you know, a northern icy area. So it definitely fits the aesthetic of that too.
But all I'm going to say, John looks like Cardin. Because if you look at Cardin's hairdo compared to John's now haircut, yeah, no, not going to happen.
They've
Not gonna
turned him
like it.
into a Chad, and I don't know how I feel about that just yet.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Like, the rest of his outfit looks fine. His haircut, though, is... It's throwing me off. It's reminding me of
I
some
feel
of my
like
high
he's going
school
to turn
days.
into a Cardin.
Yeah, no. By the way, I thought he died.
I don't think he's dead. I think he's just injured.
Yeah, suffering head trauma. Anyways,
More?
Yeah.
I thought they already had enough.
we don't talk about that. Definitely wasn't my fault.
The one thing I did notice about the intro with John also, his shield got an upgrade.
Really? I didn't notice.
Well, if you look very closely when he's actually facing against some of the Grim when he shows up, the shield actually expands outward on the sides and has a blue little shield with it.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it. Okay, moving forward to the other outfits. Ren and Nora. Buddy. I'm getting some Kingdom Hearts vibes over here.
Well, Nora does have hearts.
Yeah, no, Nora's outfit, I'm getting nothing but, like, I'm sorry, did you pull Kairi out of Kingdom Hearts real quick and just dropped her in here? Like, really, guys? Really? I'm not disappointed, but...
Probably more excited.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely, you know, am more excited. It's a little bit of a nostalgia feel, especially from my childhood days, but... Man, I just hope that... I just hope people don't start calling her Kairi. And then there's Ren's outfit, who kind of reminds me of Genji's new outfit, sort of, just without the hood.
That's true.
Yeah. Overwatch 2, everybody. How do you feel about that?
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I really don't know what to say about Ren's outfit because it does look like Genji's.
Yeah, I know. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Huh? Huh? You getting it? You getting it? Okay, good. Moving on. Weiss.
Yep. She definitely looks more like a winter kind of vibe going with her.
I can't help but think Fate from her new character design.
Yeah, she looks like Saber.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, every time I look at that new outfit, I was like, Saber? You there? Hello? You should be over here. I'm not trying to diss on these new outfits. I really am not. It's just really hard not to. Because some of them, I'm probably just going to have to get used to.
If you actually looked at the gems on Weiss's outfit, her earrings and crown, it's only red gems. There's no other colors.
Why do I feel like there's some kind of implication there?
Oh, I'm not going to say anything about that. Listen, no.
I'm
going fanfiction route here.
Fanfic readers to your keyboards! Moving forward, Blake.
This outfit does look good.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, no.
It looks a bit more... I can't put a real saying onto what it is.
Well...
But I know I've seen that kind of outfit from someone.
Persona?
Okay, yes.
There you go.
I forgot.
Yeah, no. She's definitely got a Persona vibe to her, and this is the one thing I love about these new outfits, is that, you know, it looks like they're trying to pull from different animes or different genres.
Games.
Yeah. They're pulling from, you know, different areas to inspire these new outfits, which is... It's okay. It's good. You know, I love it. But I feel like it's one of those memes where it's like, you know, hey, can we copy your homework real quick? And then the other guy's like, yeah, sure, go ahead, just make it look different so they don't recognize
Austin, to be honest, it's extremely hard to come up with original ideas for costumes when you're trying
that
to
is
think
true.
of a certain setting you're going for.
Yeah, that is true. But that's just my one criticism about the new outfits, is that's what it looks like especially Yang's outfit. With Blake, you know, you get the Persona idea, you know, too many zippers, da-da-da-da-da. With Blake, it looks like she's being pulled from Star Wars, of all things, as a starfighter pilot.
A lot of people put her with Wolverine and also his brother.
Sabretooth.
Yeah, basically that's what a lot of people put her dressed up with.
Yeah, and I can see that, but the more and more I look at her outfit, the more and more I'm thinking, oh,
Han Solo.
Star Wars. Well, starfighter pilot
here.
from the Rebellion, but, you know, it could be Han Solo, too.
It also looks like Han Solo.
Yeah, no, I could see the Han Solo bit. And then there's RWBY.
RWBY's looks exactly like hers, but with no sleeves and a bigger kind of glove and gauntlet kind of thing going on.
Yeah, it looks like they took her Volume 4 outfit, took off a few things, replaced it with some other things, and left it at that, which is fine. You know, her outfit looks great. I'm just having a hard time trying to figure out where they pulled that one from.
Yeah. The only one's outfit that didn't change is basically John's and Oscar's. Those ones' outfits never changed.
Oscar got his new outfit last season.
Yes.
Which, you know, I'm kind of mad about, because every time I look at it, I can't help but be reminded of, like, either my own or a few other OCs, but, you know, that's just me.
It's true.
And then there's Crow's outfit, which hasn't changed since Volume 3.
I actually gotta say, I'm perfectly fine with.
You know,
I love his outfit.
I'm fine with it too. I really am, but I'm kind of interested to see him try other clothing on, you know, instead of his...
Talk about hairstyle now.
Well, I mean, his... Oh, wait, you're talking about everybody's?
Talk about John's.
Oh, you want to talk about John's? We
might...
were just talking about
John's.
Yeah, we've
already talked about that. Yeah, I know, but we've only talked about him. What about everyone else's?
Okay, yeah, no, we should talk about everyone. We've gone full anime, everybody. That much I can say.
Austin, you started this conversation talking about the costumes.
I did, you know, talking about the new outfits and stuff. You're the one that mentioned John's hair. Ren and Nora's
Because
hair.
it's fucking Cardin!
Yeah. Ren and Nora's hair, I don't think has changed all that much. I really don't think they have.
Basically, the only ones that I didn't notice change is basically Yang, Ren, Nora, and Oscar's. Well, basically John's, Ruby's, Weiss, and Blake's hairs actually have changed.
Yeah, and then there's Crow's, who doesn't need to change.
Does it ever grow?
Actually, I think it did. Like, maybe a couple of inches.
But it seems like his beard doesn't grow either.
We don't talk about the beard.
Shall talk about the beard.
No, he doesn't have the Irish, Scottish genes to grow a beard. He's got the... All
I'm going to say is Ruby's hair, if you actually go back to the end of Volume 6, Episode 12, and look at Summer's hair, it looks kind of like that.
Well, no, Summer's hair was more stylized. Ruby's hair is more wild and out there. Like, it's close, yes, in length. But in style, if you actually pay attention closer to the smaller details of it, hers is more in, like, a bit of a bun in the back and, like, you know, braided a little bit. But Ruby's is just poof! I'm here in the wind, and I'm wild. And honestly, that's fine.
Okay, that's one way of putting it, I guess.
Shut up. Meanwhile, with Yang's, that's...
It hasn't changed.
No.
Nobody touches the hair.
No, there is one thing that has changed about Yang's hair, and that it's on fire!
Okay, we'll go into that for us later, because that's going to be a different topic.
Right, yep, different topic.
Let's move on to Weiss.
Oh my lord, what kind of hair product is she using? Oh dear my.
It seems like she was going for winter, but also putting her own kind of style going on.
She definitely wanted to, you know, go for winter, but, you know, Winter's hair is in a ponytail. Hers is in this giant tangled braid. And I say tangled braid in reference to the movie Tangled, not like her hair is actually tangled.
Yeah.
You know,
and it seems like she puts it on the front of her.
Yeah, instead of behind. But now I'm serious though. Every time I look at her and that hairstyle, it's just Fate. Hello, Saber. Are you there?
Just put it to rest. Okay.
I can't.
Just put
I'm
it to
sorry.
Just put it to rest already.
No.
Everyone already knows this.
Now Blake has the bisexual haircut.
Here's.
Nah, yeah, no, that's a fair point. I guess nobody does. You know, it's fine. It looks good on her, and honestly, she pulls it off very well.
Her hair is her hair is only a little bit longer than Nora's. If Nora's hair was a little bit longer, it would look like Blake's.
Nah, Nora's hair is more like, you know, kind of rounded a little bit. Blake's is definitely more straightened and set down. Hers
just go like this. Everyone's eyes is different how they see things. Okay.
Yeah, no, that is true. Everyone sees things differently, but you know, I'm just looking at the aesthetics of everything and putting in all the detail.
I gotta say, I do like their hairstyles, to be honest.
Oh yeah, no, I love their new hairstyles. I really do. It's
Except
just
for John's.
Yeah, yeah, just John.
I don't think anyone's going like that. And plus, I've always seen comments saying about John's hair. Why did you give him a Cardin haircut?
He's been turned into
Is he going to turn into a Cardin?
He's been turned into a Chad, and we don't need this at all. This is going to be my biggest regret here, is that I'm going to continue watching this volume, and his haircut's actually going to grow on me. And then later on, when the show still's going on, you know, maybe like 5-6 years from now, it's going to eventually grow back, and I'm going to be like, that's weird. So, yeah, no, that's going to be my only regret, is if that happens.
Okay.
Moving forward, theories and possibilities.
Semblances.
I was gonna go.
You did talk about fiery hair, dude. That's a semblance.
Yeah, no, that
so
is.
Might as well jump into that right
okay,
now.
fine. We'll jump into semblances for a quick topic because you know nothing's.
So far, we've seen one, so we could speculate maybe the other semblances could actually grow in this season.
Possibly. I mean, Ren and Ozpin in Volume 4, was it? No, Volume 5. In Volume 5, they did talk about how a semblance can evolve and change as the person also grows and learns new things. So, I think with Yang's...
They basically gave us a hint.
Yeah.
of what's possibly
Yeah, in
coming
the
later
intro,
seasons.
we see Yang, doing the whole Super Saiyan thing where she punches her knuckles together, and her hair
literally lights on fire. It turns on fire.
Now, granted, this is not the first time that we've seen something like this happen.
Yes, but it seems like it's more of a in-depth kind of thing, where it was like just like little sparks coming off her hair before. Now it's full-on flame.
Oh yeah, no, the animation for her semblance has definitely grown over the years, and I'm very proud of that. And I'm hoping that also entails that, we're going to see more growth in other people's semblances as well. Like with Jean, apparently he is a good amplifier to other people and their aura and their semblance. Now, it's been theorized that that's not actually his semblance and that it's something else, but, that's just that.
It's also true.
Hopefully we'll get to see everybody's abilities, grow and change as time goes on. Ruby's hasn't changed at all, though. All she is right now,
so far that we know of.
Yeah, as far as we know of. Like, we've seen it get upgraded a few times. Like, she can do that tornado thing that she's been able to do since, Volume 2. So, we have seen some change. And we've seen some things grow.
One of my speculations about her semblance that possibly could happen, rose petals could actually be used to attack.
Right. Well, actually, I think we saw a little bit of that during Volume 2, the food fight. What was
technically I'm talking about the rose petals actually being able to stab into the item.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I see where you're getting. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
She uses it to blind the enemies, but you could possibly use that to maybe damage them if you could actually shape them in a certain way.
Yeah.
Or combine them large enough where they can be dense enough to be able to pierce or block.
Yeah, no, that would be cool. Penny doesn't have a semblance.
We know of because we really never got to see one. We just know that she fires lasers.
You're right, but that's part of her programming and her design, is that she can fire those lasers. Her ability set in general has changed a lot, actually, when you look at it. We went from, basic swords, strings, and controls to, she just goes Kamehameha. And, yeah.
And let me just go back to Yang for a second. If you go further into the opening, you actually can see her punch, and literally a fireball comes out of her fist when she has her hair on fire.
I did mention the knuckle punching earlier, but I didn't say anything about the fire.
They're punching together, and her hair lit on fire.
No,
you didn't say that she actually punches, and the fireball literally comes out.
Well, I said they punched. I didn't say, the fireball.
Also creates a shockwave, apparently.
Yeah, no, that is interesting. If that is an upgrade to her semblance, and if that is being teased as it is, then that's going to be awesome to see in action.
That's going to be a bit powerful.
Yeah. Oh, Blake, we've seen her semblance evolve a lot of times, actually. Like, she can use dust with her semblance and create, statues or elemental shadows, and they have an elemental effect. Like, there's stone, which
Her shadows can actually move and actually become solid. Imagine elemental shadows moving with you.
We've already seen some of that. Not a whole lot.
Talking about the stone.
Yeah, no, the stone
Shadow
one,
first.
if that one could move with her, that'd be cool. But that would also make her just a little bit overpowered, and
that one can mainly be used for defense. It wouldn't actually have that high of attacking power.
Yeah, no, again,
it would be a different kind of stat going on.
It sounds cool on paper, but I kind of like the way that they did it back in Volume 2. Was that Volume 2? Yeah, that was Volume 2. Where it's just,
that was actually Volume 5 and 6 is when those actually got added.
No, Volume 2. The train sequence towards the end.
Oh yeah, I remember that very briefly, but she only used that like once or twice, so I could barely remember.
Yeah, she used her stone elemental there and her ice elemental to, freeze Torchwick's weapon in place for a hot second. And she used the stone elemental to, make some cover so that she could hide behind it. I think. I don't remember. But yeah, no, it was really cool, to see how that was evolving over time. Weiss's semblance, we get to see more for gravitational glyphs, and over the years we have seen her summoning evolve quite a bit. Holy cow. like we've seen her summon
Yeah.
the Guardian from her initial release trailer, and then we've also seen her summon the giant what was that? Not a rapier wasp. It was the Lancer, the Lancer Queen of all things. That was really cool.
Yes.
And she also summoned a boar, which I think is the funniest use for her summoning glyph, which is funny. I remember back in Volume 3, she mentioned time dilation, and we've already seen that in action like once or twice during Volume 2, when they were fighting the mech for the first time. That was really cool.
Which was actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no. Weiss's semblance growth has definitely been amazing. And then there's Nora, who's the thunder striking. You know, we haven't really seen any of that in the first episode of Volume 7, but we have seen it, you know, grow and change over time. Like, what was it? She got a weapon upgrade at Volume 4, which doubled her semblance and gave her, like, you know, an ability to charge it up over time. Which I thought was really cool.
I think that she uses kinetic energy to charge up her weapon, then it charges her up to give her the more, like, strength.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Like, the grenade cylinder and the hammer, I think, spins inside, and it uses that kinetic energy to generate an electromagnetic pulse into her muscles, and thus, you know, make her stronger for a brief period of time. I think that's what happened.
Yes.
Or at least, you know, I think that's what the science is behind that, but, you know, that's just a theory. And then there's Ren's semblance, which, you know, we were guessing for the longest time, trying to figure out what the heck that was. And then Volume 4 happened, and we got to see that he can mask emotions for a brief amount of time, which
is the best thing that you could actually have for when facing Grims.
Oh yeah, no. That's the best thing anyone can have for facing Grims. To me, it didn't really make any initial sense at first, because it was like, what? He can just hide? What? But over time, as I thought about it more, you know, about his character, how he grew up and all that stuff, it was like, oh, no, okay, no. Makes sense, you know. His father was away most of the time, so he was mostly by himself with his mother.
But basically, my question is, could his semblance evolve where it could be active 24/7 to hide his emotions, but he could still show emotions and whatnot?
I highly doubt that. I don't think it would be active 24/7. I think he could try and extend the period, maybe, yeah. But I think the best way for that kind of semblance to grow is to not only just hide himself in one other person, but as we saw in Volume 6, where he could hide multiple people all at the same time. And we only saw that because, you know, Jean was there and he amplified his ability. And it'd be really cool to see that evolve. And then there's Jean, which, again, I mentioned earlier what his ability is, where he can amplify other people. But it's been theorized that that's not his semblance, that it's possibly something else, and
possibly just his aura doing all that.
It's probably just him transferring his aura into other people, which, you know, makes sense. Because
I mean, Pyrrha did say that he has a lot of it, but it could be extremely potent as well.
Oh yeah, most certainly. And what was it? Tyrion did take an interest in Jean when they first met, and so did Ozpin too. Why do you think he took him into the school when he knew his papers were forged?
They can see something in his aura that they can see, but nobody else can. Like something hidden and locked away.
Well, that's just old Oz for you. He can see things that not many people else can. So,
what about Tyrion?
Tyrion, I think, also has that special ability to, you know, see what others can't. But then again, he is also a lunatic and insane and crazy, so it could just be that too.
An extremely smart one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then there's Watts, who's just a fucking genius. Excuse my language.
Which goes into another topic,
mm-hmm.
where Penny's father did say that the person that actually hacked into it could possibly be a super genius, or he could be one of us, or it could possibly be the worst possible scenario. Both.
Now, you see, this is the funny bit, because I think I've already figured it out. Back when Watts was first introduced to Raven, she mentioned something about him being an ex-Atlas scientist or something like that. And, you know, Watts was like, I'm also a doctor. So my theory for that is that Watts is the double man inside. He works for Atlas still. He's still a man inside Atlas Company. And he's the one who not only hacked and changed the code, he's also the one that gave it to Salem, and caused the fall of Beacon. The queen has pawns.
Yep.
Of course, that's just my
Should we
theory.
talk about maybe future antagonists to the season? Going through what the intro showed?
Yeah, we should definitely be more theorizing on that right now. Like what other possibilities there are.
Watts and Tyrion are Weiss's father and Whitley seem to be it
Ice's
as
father
well.
deserves to die. Excuse me, sorry.
Basically, if you watch the intro, you can see them both inside of the Schnee Manor, looking at somebody looking kind of evil.
Yeah. Well, not just that. If you're paying attention enough, there's this one scene in the intro where a election sign gets hit, and it's showing Ironwood.
It shows, yeah.
For a very brief second, you can see Jacques, that's his name, Jacques Snee's face in place of Ironwood.
That is not a good sign.
Nope. Later on in the intro, you get to see Ironwood fighting Oscar, who I'm guessing is supposed to be Ozpin at the time. Something tells me that's not actually Ironwood. Either that or it is, and something really bad's going down. So,
might be freaking out is a problem.
There's a lot.
And he's questioning everything.
There's a lot of possible theories to go behind that one scene. Yeah. But for now, we'll just stick to the basics and be like, oh, they're just having a manly dispute over there. Who's going to kick each other's butt?
But I'm also questioning about... So those 5 people that showed up in the episode 1, I already forgot the fucking team name. Sorry.
Yep. Don't worry.
I already forgot the team name. But it seems like Watts has taken an interest in them, and he smirked when he saw that picture of them.
Are you talking about the Aesops?
Yes.
Okay.
It seems like Watts has taken an interest, but I also think that something's going on with those guys, that they may be programmed.
Oh boy. We're starting to get into some
watch
serious...
carefully how they act, they only speak to Mistral personnel, which was a doctor, and he was higher up.
Well, it could just be that
they did not speak to anyone else.
Yeah, it could just be that they're a-holes who just don't care.
No, it didn't seem like that, because they blatantly ignored everyone else and went straight for the weapons.
I mean, they did set them down and put them in ropes.
If there's a licensed huntman, wouldn't you want to talk to them?
Yeah,
as soon as you get them captured to get things done.
Yeah, they did ignore that bit, I will admit. But I don't think they're programmed. I think they're just jerks.
We'll find out more in the season when we actually watch more of them.
I can
and see
understand
how they
why
act.
you're.
That's just a theory for me.
Yeah, I can understand why you're theorizing that, because in the intro we did see, Watts typing away at a keyboard, and then that team was showing up
after he saw a picture and smirked at them.
Exactly, like maybe it is a possibility. We're gonna leave that on the table, but it could be easily just picked up and thrown.
Put a pin in it.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in that. I'm definitely interested to see Tyrion's new tail. I really want to see that. A mechanical scorpion tail. What could possibly go wrong?
And then when it shows a fight scene of Crow facing Tyrion, there's somebody else with him. But I could not get a good picture of who it was.
One moment. Well, that person that's fighting with Crow, we actually saw earlier in the intro. We actually see her face. She's the one running against Ironwood for the election. And quite possibly another huntsman. That much I know. We can get a lot of information from the intro, yes, but we can only get so much.
Okay, I'm looking at the intro one more time. It seems like your weapon's a fan.
Yeah. Again, I'm pretty sure I know who's voicing this character. I'm pretty sure. But at the same time, I don't want to say it and be wrong.
Okay.
Because it's like, if I'm right, then that's going to be awesome. That's going to be amazing. I'm just be like, yes.
Austin, calm down.
No, I will. I refuse. I've had like 5 Mountain Dews already.
Ow.
I drink fast. Also, I'm really going to need to pee after this. Moving forward. Okay. So, what do we think so far of this? I mean, after everything that we've watched and the characters have been through, both inside and outside the world of RWBY, what are our thoughts overall?
So far, I actually do like how the season's playing out. It seems like it's more in depth to what they want to do
Mm-hmm.
instead of just going in one direction.
Okay, yeah.
In Volume 6, they were just trying to get to Mistral, and in Volume 5, they're trying to get to Haven. That's it.
Yep.
They were just moving in one direction. There was no kind of story element going on. They were just trying to get to a certain place.
Well, there were some story
And
elements
it kept
going
on
on.
jumping over and over.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say there were some story elements going on between the past few volumes, but yeah, as you just said, they were kind of jumping around a lot, which, is
Yeah.
kind of what I expected them to do, to be honest, because, we had, excuse me, goodness, I need to stop drinking the Mountain Dew. We had, Ruby's silver eyes that were being explained in volume 5, and we had, like, the team trying to, rebuild their friendship after, a certain somebody Blake had ditched them for, a year and a half. So was that too, but yeah, so there were, at least 5 or 6 different plot points being, tossed around here until this point, and it was a bit of a mess, I will admit, but
Bit confusing at certain moments if you forgot an episode or two.
oh yeah, no, definitely. Like there was my favorite story arc for volume 5. No, not 5, 6 for volume 6 was Crow's alcoholism. Like his depression, like that the whole volume for Crow as a character, we got to see his growth. When we were first introduced to him, he was this a great, awesome guy, and we believed that he could do anything. And then here we are in volume 6, and all of a sudden, he's not. He's not that character that we hyped him up to be, and he's just this lost cause looking for a purpose. And he thought he had that with Ozpin, but something.
I can see why he thought that is because of his semblance to bad luck, and he always thinks everyone will die whenever he's around.
Oh yeah, no, the dude's got some serious issues and a lot of mental and personal issues that he has to deal with. And I really hope at some point we get to see him delve deeper into that and actually deal with those
We
problems.
get to see his past a bit.
Yeah,
I want to see.
No, that would be amazing if we could see his past just a little bit. Like we know his backstory with Raven and how they grew up in a tribe that was just out in the wilds trying to survive, and they were sent to Beacon to learn how to kill huntsmen. But there's gotta be more than that. There's gotta be more to it, and I really hope we get to at some point. I'm not saying this season, but at some point we get to see him deal with those problems and talk about his past just a bit more. Because honestly, that would be amazing if we could get some of that. But some of the other growth that we've seen and happen, and just the show itself, seeing it grow from what it once was to what it is now, it's been a rocky ride. It really has been, especially if you've been in like the fandom for a while and actually interact with them and pay attention to what actually happens within the fandom. There's a lot of rockiness, but at the same time, because of that rockiness, the show's main lesson has stayed intact, and clearly people have been listening. And they've always, no matter what happened or what will happen or what has happened, they always kept the one thing in mind. They always kept moving forward. No comment?
I was just letting it sink in for what you said.
Oh, sorry. I know, I talked a lot there.
Now, should we just talk about the final thing about this episode?
Final thoughts? Yeah, go ahead.
Music for the fight scene and the opening. Still fantastic as usual, is all I gotta say.
I give it an 8.7 out of 10.
Set the mood for... It did set the mood for each scene, though.
Yeah, no, it set the mood, but you know, kind of got lost as it dragged on. You know, as the scene kept playing, you kind of stopped hearing the music, and for whatever reason, it was just the characters. That's just me, though. I guess.
I'll give you that, but
Mhm.
basically, it was mainly during the fight scene. As soon as the fight scene stopped, the music literally stopped.
Oh yeah, no. For the fight scenes, it was amazing, but for the other scenes, it was like it's there, it's there. Wait, where'd it go? Where is it? Oh, it's there again. Okay, cool, awesome. Keep it there, keep it there, keep it there. Wait, where'd it go? And yeah.
Do you mean for the opening? Because that was only other part with
Oh
music.
no, not for the opening. Like just during basic small dialogue scenes. Like,
Oh.
mhm.
I really never actually paid attention to those. I meant like actual songs that played during fight scenes and the actual opening.
I'm talking about every little detail here. That's my job.
Ah, okay. You're
Um,
the more in-depth kind of guy. I'm the more kind of
yeah, no,
obvious.
I really like to look at all the smaller details of something and either nitpick at it or mention it or just throw it on a
That
silver
tiny
platter and throw that
over.
silver
That does
platter
not
in
make
your
any
face.
sense.
Yeah, basically. That's all. That's my whole gig. Like when I was talking about Applejack's farm and how big that was, God, that ticked me off. I was trying to figure out just how big that farm is. Good lord.
Austin, wrong show.
I don't care.
Leave that for another kind of talk.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, it's just man. Some of the scenes it worked. Some of them it didn't. Overall, final thoughts on this episode. I'd give it a good solid 8.5 out of 10 at least, because it was a good episode, and I loved the way that they started this series, or not series, season, volume, book, thing. Yeah, I just love the way that it started this year, and it worked. It really did, but some moments just threw me off, and that's just me being nitpicky.
That is true.
Uh,
But I do. But for me, I give it an 8.5 because there, of course, could still be stuff that they could work on. But I actually liked it no matter what.
yeah, you can definitely tell they're improving, and whoever's been animating this, they've really done a good job so far. I really hope that they, continue to, grow.
Remember, it's a whole team.
Yeah, I know it's a whole team now, but like some scenes are only animated by one person, like some of the fight scenes and stuff. And whoever's doing all that, thank you. Please continue to grow and evolve, and please, for the love of God, don't stop.
That's all we can hope for.
Yeah. Like, all in all, it was good. I loved it. It was awesome.
Yes.
Could it have been better? Maybe. Could it have been worse? Oh, definitely. But yeah. So we're gonna end things off here for this week, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!
Yeah.